Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated. A registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD Investments Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC. 2704 South Goyer Road, Kokomo, Indiana 46902. Phone number 765-453-9600. Neither CFD Investments Incorporated nor Creative Financial Designs Incorporated are associated with SmartVestor or the Dave Ramsey Organization. Neither SmartVestor nor the Dave Ramsey Organization recommend or make an endorsement for services under the SmartVestor program.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, located right there beside Poets, catty corner from the square from the courthouse in Cookeville. Stop by and grab a great cup of coffee and come over and see me. And let me tell you, life has been incredibly busy lately. I am so excited about everything that God is doing in my life. The last few days, I've actually been over in Middle Tennessee, the other side of Nashville at Montgomery Bell State Park, and have been participating in the CMA State Motorcycle Rally. So that was amazing, and had some rain yesterday, but you know how that goes. But it's all good and was a good time, some quality time with the missus and all that good stuff. But I hope you all are doing well and blessed out there today, and had a good Sunday morning at church, and God is just doing amazing things in your life. But I am excited to have a good friend of mine on the air, and who has been a regular sponsor of Money in Motion. I could not do this show without the sponsors that help support it, quite honestly. And the Window Tint Company has been amazing. And so I'm here with Jason Petty. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing good today.
Outstanding. I appreciate you being here and being with me. We're going to talk about several things. And one of the things that I wanted to mention on the air before I forgot is that Tuesday night is, of course, that's 9/11. That is September 11th. And that evening at 6 o'clock at the courthouse in Cookeville, there will be a memorial service that is held. We have guest speakers and some different things going on. And the event is completely being scheduled, and I believe it's completely being run by Steve Moore. Steve Moore has been a patriot among patriots for many years, a good friend of mine. We've gone to church together going way back, and his son Michael Moore is an officer in the Marine Corps now, after serving in the Air National Guard for years and being deployed multiple times to the Middle East. And anyway, just an amazing patriotic kind of family. And Steve Moore puts on, or at least organizes, this event. He has asked me to do the invocation and the benediction for the evening, but I would invite everybody to come out and just to take a moment to remember 9/11 and to offer up some prayers. I know people are still hurting from the effects that took place there. I mean, when you lose 3,000 souls in the blink of an eye, it's just unimaginable, the carnage that creates. But America has bounced back strongly overall, but we still want to remember and just pay tribute to that event. So anyway, didn't want to start on a down note necessarily, but I thought that was an important event that warranted me announcing to you all. So, moving on, Jason, I did want to talk to you a little bit and see how business has been going. How are things out there at the Window Tint Company?
Well, it's been really hot outside.
Okay, and right.
Really hot is good for business because we provide relief from the sun. So we've been really busy. This time of year, the automotive side of our business is kicking it. People are in their cars, they're commuting, they're burning up, and we help with that.
Gotcha.
We're getting ready.
So the window tinting, I think a lot of people think of window tinting for their vehicle is primarily for privacy or that kind of thing. But is window tinting?
Well, it can be. I mean, there's a lot of people don't realize with automotive tint that there are different products.
I didn't realize that. Right.
You have your traditional window films, which give you the benefit of shade. They give you the benefit of privacy, and there's a lot of people that really enjoy those benefits with that product. What a lot of people aren't aware of is that with with ceramic window films, the ceramic is just a nanoparticle that's added to the film that gives it much higher heat rejection properties. And what we can do with ceramic films is for customers that maybe aren't a fan of the dark blacked out look, you can go with really light window films that will still filter out UV, infrared, and provide a whole lot more comfort in the car.
Outstanding. Okay. And being someone that has had 21 skin cancers at this point in my life, I end up, that conversation comes up often when people see a car with stitches on the side of my neck or on my forehead or whatever. And so I have run into several people, especially like truck drivers and that kind of people that end up having lots of skin cancers along their left arm, where that arm is in the window, and more sun exposure to the left side of their face and arm and neck, and so they end up getting significantly more basal cell carcinomas or squamous cell carcinomas on that left-hand side of their body because of that. And so we could offer them some protection without them having to put on sunscreen every time they're driving.
Absolutely.
By doing something like that. So awesome. Well, now on the residential and commercial side, have you been seeing an increase as well for some of the same reasons?
Yeah, we're picking up steam with our architectural side, getting the word out that we're there. Take some time, and we've got. I'm going to brag a second. We've got our Google ratings, our Facebook reviews. We've got all 5 stars. We take a lot of pride in taking care of our customers and trying to meet their needs.
Right.
And we've had the opportunity this year to do several local businesses. You've probably seen some of our work around town, and I think most recently we did Broast, the coffee shop that's not your neighbor.
Yes. Enough said.
But that was a good project. We were able to solve some glare issues. They have a coffee bar right by their window, and no one wanted to sit there.
Exactly. So, yeah, they were being roasted while they were drinking their Broast. Okay. Okay.
That was a fun project. So
okay, cool deal. So for any of your window tinting needs, I definitely recommend that you call the Window Tint Company. Jason and Susie Petty are the utmost of professionalism and service when they come and offer you a quote, which they can get a free quote. You will offer that. You come
Absolutely.
Out. And so how would they get a hold of you? What's the different ways to look up the Window Tint Company?
We are on the internet at CookvilleWindowTint.com. You can reach us by email at CookvilleWindowTint@gmail.com, or you can always call us at 931-510-0830.
Okay. And I know no one's probably going to remember that or be able to jot down that number, and I'm not going to make him sit here and repeat that phone number. Just Google Cookville Window Tint, and you should find the Window Tint Company. Is the easiest way for you all to remember how to do that. So we're going to change gears when we come back after a word from my sponsors, and I'm just going to kind of interview Jason Petty from a financial standpoint. And I'm putting him on the spot a little bit, but I did ask his permission ahead of time to do this, and going to kind of go through the baby steps with him as a refresher for you all and also to help him out some. So appreciate you all listening to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, and you're listening to News Talk 1077 and 1400 The Hub.
Hey, are you being bombarded by all those Medicare ads on TV or all that junk mail that you end up throwing in the trash can? Are you confused about all the plans and parts of Medicare supplements? Why are there so many choices? Let me tell you, one size does not fit all. Don't let the stress overtake you because it all can be so confusing. Mike and Julie Townsley of Diamond Financial Group, located at 228 East Broad Street, Suite 100 in Cookville, right off the square, can explain it all to you and cut out all the confusion. They offer a free consultation, and they will explain all the changes to Medicare for 2019. They will help you pick out the plan that best fits you. They will help you understand the plans and parts of Medicare so that you don't have to worry about making the right choice. They service the insurance policies you choose through them. Give Mike and Julie a call at 931-646-4090.
Tucker Farms is the premier land clearing, property development, and excavation company of the Upper Cumberlands, based out of Livingston, Tennessee. We specialize in forestry mulching, site clearing, and prep for new construction. We provide general excavation such as excavation for foundations, power service entrances, septic systems, and water lines. Whether it's residential or commercial, Tucker Farms has the expertise to fulfill your property goals. Give us a call today at 931-260-1178 or find us on social media at Tucker Farms LLC or on our website at tuckerfarms.farm.
Welcome back to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, located right there beside Poets on the Square. Stop by and get a great cup of coffee and come over and see me anytime, and I'll try to make time to sit with you. I only say I'll try to make time now because, praise God, I'm starting to get so many clients coming in and referrals that I'm actually having to schedule people out a little ways. So, and there is a little bit of a backlog on getting paperwork taken care of. Fun paperwork. Gotta love that. So, anyway, appreciate everybody out there that is listening. I do know that there's at least like 3 regular listeners that never miss a show, and I appreciate you all being out there, and that includes my compliance people, Kelly and Cassie, and just want to give a quick shout out to them. They are tortured with having to listen to every single show that I record for compliance reasons and making sure I'm not promising a guaranteed rate of return of 50% or something. So that was not a promise, by the way, just for compliance reasons. Okay, moving on. Kelly and Cassie, love you all. Appreciate you being there for me on a monthly, weekly basis when I do this. But we've been talking with Jason Petty of the Window Tint Company, and he is an amazing resource for you to protect your body from the sun. It could be protecting your furnishings, could be protecting your flooring, can be protecting your heating or cooling, what am I trying to say? Efficiency bills.
Lowering your monthly bills.
Yeah, lowering your monthly bills. You can do that with proper window tinting that will actually improve the aesthetics and the look of your home, but can also help you with some better energy efficiency and not to mention saving anything that's inside those windows. I know a buddy of mine that has a retail kind of store and had clothing inside that front window, and I referred him to Jason Petty to get some window film up there to block those UV rays. Am I saying the right type of ray?
Yeah.
that will affect and change the color of clothing?
UV does a lot of damage.
Right.
Untreated glass is a really poor UV filter.
Right. And if anything, in my opinion, it seems like it enhances the UV and the infrared rays as it's coming in. I mean, it feels like you're multiplying the heat. I encourage you to just Google Cookeville Window Tint, and you should find the Window Tint Company out there. Solid Google ratings and a professional staff that's going to take care of all of your window tint needs. But we're going to move and kind of change what we've been talking about a little bit, Jason, and I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and we're gonna show the listeners a little bit of what I do for an interview for someone that's coming in that just wants to kind of get started and see if they're on track. And so I'm gonna go ahead and preface this with these facts and figures and anything that is said by Jason Petty during this interview. I've given him full permission to be completely fictitious. This is all hypothetical as far as anyone knows, and as to not embarrass him or his family or anything like that. And I think you all understand. We're just going to go through, and baby step number 1, Jason, is to get $1,000 cash in the bank. Do you have $1,000 cash if you needed it for a transmission or a brake job or something? Okay, excellent. I'm going to ask you, where is that $1,000? Is it under a mattress? Is it in a safe in the back of the store or whatever? Or is it in a bank savings account, or do you have like a money market savings account?
We have just a savings account at a local bank. Okay.
I'm just curious, do you know how much interest you're earning off of that $1,000 or more that's sitting there in your bank account?
You know, the honest answer is my wife could probably tell you.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's 1%.
Okay.
Around. It's not much.
Okay. Well, and I would actually be very surprised. 1% is pretty high. In fact, it's extremely high for a local bank savings account. Mm-hmm. Most banks, and if you're a banker out there and you happen to be listening to this and you disagree, please call and give me your information, because I am referring people to a bank savings account that's a money market account that is getting a full 1%. It has never given less than 0.75% and has giving people as much as 5% or more for a completely liquid savings account. And so I'm not going to even say their name because I'm not sure of the legalities there. But if you want information on a very good money market savings account with full liquidity, you can pull out all of your money and not cost you any fees or anything like that at any time. But most banks in the area, from my experience, have been paying around 0.05 to maybe 0.1%. So are you with me?
I'm with you, and I'm thinking I probably ought to check into
Yeah, and so I can help you out with that for real, and is a good place to start. And by the way, if you have a fully funded emergency fund, which we'll get there in just a moment in baby step 3, then that account, if you have $10,000 or more in your fully funded emergency fund, that account with the same location would get 1.75% plus a $100 bonus when you sign up. So for those that have just their $1,000, you'll get a $25 bonus and 1% in full, compounded, and they actually pay that interest out monthly. And it's a difference for a lot of people in seeing dollars of interest instead of pennies of interest is what it boils down to. So moving on from that, so excellent job, Jason Petty, for having $1,000. That's your beginner emergency fund, as Dave Ramsey would state it, and that's baby step number 1. Baby step number 2 is taking care of your debt. So do you have some debt?
I do.
Okay. Do you have several different smaller debts floating around? Kind of give me your fictitious, we're going to quote that out there, but give me your scenario of kind of a list of debts that you have.
Well, my parents taught me very well to not carry balance on credit cards.
Excellent.
So I think we have 2 credit cards that we pay off every month.
Okay.
So we never have a balance there. My parents did not teach me. They tried. But they didn't effectively teach me.
There you go.
How about car debt.
Okay.
So we have up until recently we had 3 car payments.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
and we're choking under those.
Okay. So you have gotten down to 2 of those at this point, because you said up until recently.
Yeah,
so
we took the least value car.
Yep.
And traded slightly down.
Okay.
Which cut our balance in half.
Outstanding.
Which would put us at an amount that we could get aggressive with.
Perfect.
And find some victory.
Okay.
And we paid that one off. I believe it was just last month.
Okay. And that's outstanding. Congratulations on that. And then what I'm hoping that you did was took how much you were paying on that one and then added that to the next one.
Yes.
To kind of snowball that. So we're going to talk more about the debt snowball when we come back after a word from our sponsors, and we're going to learn more about how to get rid of debt, since it's such a huge kind of disaster waiting to happen in so many people's economics. So thank you for listening to Jason Murphy and Money in Motion. I'm your host right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Protecting your home or business is important to you. That's why you might invest in an advanced security system or make sure you have the strongest locks on the market. But what are you doing about the sun? That big yellow ball of fire is shooting UV rays through your windows that can fade furniture and increase your energy costs. Fortunately, the Window Tint Company in Cookeville can provide you with a championship-level solution, offering multiple lines of window film for any need. The Window Tint Company is the Upper Cumberland's expert when it comes to protecting your home or business from blinding glare or damaging UV rays. And you'll still be able to admire those beautiful Middle Tennessee sunrises and sunsets. When you're ready to protect your home or business from the sun, give Jason and Susie with the Window Tint Company a call at 931-510-0830. That's 931-510-0830. Visit CookevilleWindowTintCompany.com to learn more or request an estimate.
Exotic Tropicals, home of the healthy pet. Good common sense can lead to a favorable outcome when deciding when and where to spend your money. At Exotic Tropicals, they realize you can live without everything that is available at their pet shop. Thankfully, we live in a country and a community that allows us the opportunity to do more than just get by. Pets can enrich our lives in many ways, and Exotic Tropicals can help you care for your pets in a way that makes sense. sense. Exotic Tropical carries quality products that they have experience with and know how to use, and pets that are thoughtfully cared for to ensure your success. Stop by Exotic Tropicals today at 45 North Walnut Avenue right here in Cookeville, or give them a call at 931-528-1080. Exotic Tropicals, home of the healthy pet.
Just over 11 years ago, my wife and I went on our first date. We ended the evening by going to a little coffee shop here in Cookeville, just catty corner of the courthouse, named Poets. We sat down and enjoyed an amazing cup of coffee. We enjoyed the company with each other, getting to know each other. That ended up leading to us being married less than 6 months later and having been married for the last 10 years. It all started at Poets, right there, catty corner of the courthouse. For one of the best cups of coffee in Cookeville, I highly encourage you to stop by Poets on the Square or their other location on the north end of South Jefferson Avenue. Poets Coffee, a great place to take your next date or just enjoy a cup of coffee. Welcome back to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, right there beside Poets on the Square. Stop by and get a great cup of coffee and then come over and see me. Better yet, call me, set an appointment, then go get your coffee, then come and see me. It would be great. Anyway, appreciate everybody out there listening, and I hope that you're getting something out of this show. And we were just starting to talk about a debt snowball, and just to go ahead and explain that concept for anybody out there, if you have a number of debts, and that applies to about 70% of the population, so don't think you're alone. You're actually in the norm. I'm encouraging you to be different, be weird, and try to get out of debt and live the life the way God would have you live it, which is without being a slave to your lenders. And that's essentially what you are, and says that in Proverbs, that the borrower is slave to the lender. And I don't want you to be a slave. I want you to be free and have freedom of getting and staying out of debt. And so a way to do that is to list your debts. Go through from the highest balance that you owe down to the lowest balance that you owe. And what you're going to do is then, Jason, this goes for you as well. I don't know if you guys are budgeting. I know you're aggressively attacking that debt, but you need to make sure and try your best to spend every dollar before the month begins, instead of looking back at August and saying, man, where did our money go? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And it happens to everybody all the time, and me included. I am doing this show and a student of Dave Ramsey because I need the self-discipline. I need the reminder to do the budgeting and to get out of debt and to stay out of debt and to save and to invest and all those same things. This is just as much for me, but because I am living it, I understand and I can explain it to you guys and help you through this process. But after you do your budget, hopefully there's a little chunk of money, and I'm talking about fully budgeting every single dollar, but I'm talking food, eating out, blow money, tire money. If you need breaks that are coming up, you need to budget for those things and try to make every dollar count. But hopefully at the end of your month and at the end of that budget, there's some extra dollars that you need to allot somewhere. And if you're budgeting kind of aggressively, we can kind of make that number grow so that we can add that number to that bottom line debt. And that's essentially what you're doing. And then when you pay off that bottom line debt, you mark it through, make it a family affair. You bring the kids in, you bring the wife, you have it on a piece of poster board somewhere prominent in the home where you see it, and then everybody gathers around you, take that big Sharpie and you line through that bottom debt, and then you show that those dollars plus all the extra dollars now can go on that second lowest debt. And pretty quickly you're going to see momentum shifting. And some of these debts, hopefully you can get knocked out within just a month or two, and then as the amount that you're paying on that next largest amount continues to grow, you will be able to pay off more and more and more on the other debts until you now are debt free, and now you have this large allotment of money that you've been spending on bills, and now you can spend that money where you want, not where you have to.
Right.
And I think that's exactly what you guys are doing. So go ahead.
Well, for us, I mean, we're still growing run a fairly new business. We've been the Window Tint Company for 4 years now.
Okay.
We have been installing window film for over 20.
Right.
But what we've learned, like a lot of overnight business owners, is owning a business is expensive.
Yes.
And in order to grow your business, to make it actually make money, you have to invest in it.
Yes.
And there's no, with risk, there's no guarantee. So the smart thing to do is know that you can pay for and not worry about your risk.
Right. You're absolutely right. And so, so with that being the case, one of the investments that I actually help people invest in, you have to have a minimum of $25,000 for this particular investment portfolio, and it's a brokerage account. Just a couple of caveats here. If you come in and I don't mention this to you, it may be because you're just not there yet, but it is an amazing portfolio that actually chooses stocks inherently in the actual fund. It's an ETF, but the fund rebalances every quarter based on free flow cash. So it's taking the top 100 companies out of the market, and I'll be glad to explain this more in depth to you if you qualify for this type of account. But every quarter it is rebalancing and choosing the top 100 companies in the nation based on how much cash they have on hand, which is exactly what you were just saying, Jason, that those companies that have cash and are able to reinvest that cash into those companies grow.
Because cash can get things done.
Yes, and so their valuation goes up, and they do phenomenal things. I mean, you look at Amazon, that just this last week has gone over $1 trillion in their value. Their valuation is over $1 trillion now officially. I mean, they're doing that because they continue to grow their services and their offerings and what they're doing. I mean, Amazon's taken over the world, it feels like. And so I believe Apple, just in the last month or two, also hit that $1 trillion valuation mark because they continue to reinvest in their business with that cash. So that's one of the things that we're looking at for people. So in your household, you can reinvest that cash into your household and into your family and even for yourself. So once you have all of that debt paid off, you should quickly be able to get a fully funded emergency fund. Again, putting that money in that money market savings account that I'll send you a link for later on if you want. But 3 to 6 months of your actual living expenses, if you had to bare bones it and you lost your job and you had to just to survive for 3 to 6 months, how much money would you need? That's how much money you should have in your emergency fund savings account. Once that account is established, start investing 15% of your income. I encourage you to do all of this, by the way, after giving 10% to God in the case of this show and my beliefs. After you're investing 15% and you still have extra money, that's when you can save for college for kids and that kind of thing, or even grandkids. And then next is to pay off your home early. And then lastly is to build wealth and give generously. At this point in your life, you have lived like no one else so that you can live like no one else. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do.
And so we dare to be different. That's, Dave Ramsey puts it this way: be weird, be different. And if you know Dave, you know he's pretty weird. So I say that with affection. But hey, I appreciate everybody listening to me and Jason Petty from the Window Tint Company. I greatly appreciate all my sponsors. This show would not be possible without them. So thank you once again for listening to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated. A registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD Investments Incorporated. A registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC. 2704 South Goyer Road, Kokomo, Indiana 46902. Phone number 765-453-9600. Neither CFD Investments Incorporated nor Creative Financial Designs Incorporated are associated with SmartVestor or the Dave Ramsey Organization. Neither SmartVestor nor the Dave Ramsey Organization recommend or make an endorsement for services under the SmartVestor program.